What it do, Sports Betting Nation? Aces High here with you. What a fantastic Tuesday. Man, it's hot around the Chicagoland area. It's only going to get hotter, but that's okay. We have a plethora of sports to bet on these days. The dog days of summer are over. The weather would lead you to believe otherwise, but I mean, you've got to be excited. We got MLB about to get in the playoff hunt. We've got a full slate, almost a full slate today for MLB itself. We got college football starting up this week on Saturday. You know, nothing gets me more excited than that. We got the U.S. Open draw going to be announced on Thursday. They're starting up next Monday. We got golf. They're always playing golf. I couldn't tell you what tournament's going on, but I think there's always people playing golf. It's not a hard thing to do to play golf week in and week out. I think people do that for fun, actually. So I'm sure those professionals are playing somewhere. We got international soccer. The man, the myth, the real Jay-Z. We got to get him on this program to talk some international soccer. You know Ace is on today. We're not going to be talking golf. We're not going to be talking soccer. We got enough opportunity elsewhere. And I didn't even mention, it's Tuesday. So anyone that follows SBI, anybody in the sports betting world really knows it's Dinger Tuesday. We're going to jump into some dingers in a little bit. I mean, so much to look at. Where do we start? Let's just start with the MLB Today page on sportsbettingintel.com. I'm a man of habit. I'm a creature of habit. That's where I've been going first. Let's continue to do that. Looking at the Rays and Rockies today is one game. I don't know what you're going to find in this one because you got the Rays at minus 270. That is the best line right now on DraftKings. Minus 270 for a baseball team to win a baseball game. That is just a crazy number. The Rockies, you want to take them, you're at plus 230. Ace is probably throwing a little bit on them because that's just insane. That's ridiculous. We're talking about any team that could beat any team any day. And you're getting plus 230 on that number. That would be on Bet Rivers where you want to bet that. Line open at plus 190. A little better number now at that plus 230. I guess everyone's writing off the Rockies. Hey, they're not going to show up to this game. Maybe the bus break down or something? Maybe the players can't get to the game? Is that why they have this plus 230 number on the Rockies? I don't know. Ace is going to throw some money on it, though, because that's too high for an individual baseball game. We got the Yankees. We got the Nationals. Yankees minus 180, which is, you know, they're getting a little love for as bad as they've been playing lately. But the Nationals, you know, they've not been doing that great themselves. 57-68 record on that season. That minus 180 best line right now is on DraftKings with Rodon on the mound. You'd be backing him. You want to back the Nationals? You're probably going to look over to PointsBet to put down that bet. The best line is plus 160 on the Nationals. It opened plus 180, so a little bit of money probably coming in on those Nationals. People probably fading the Yankees a little more than betting on the Nationals, but we don't know. We don't know what people do or why they do it. Dodgers, Guardians, another big game. Hey, we got Mookie. We're going to be betting Mookie for that FanDuel home run promotion. I don't know. We'll check out the odds later. I'm guessing if he's over that plus 350 mark, we'll probably take him. We'll get those together. I haven't checked those out. This game, Syndergaard on the mound for the Guardians, sporting that 2-6 record. Come on, Syndergaard. Pick it up. You're the man. Yeah, he was the man a couple years ago anyways. Not the man this year, apparently. ERA of 6.57. Ks per 9 at 5.75. And then we're going to be talking dingers later. We're going to be maybe picking Mr. Mookie. Let's look at this stat here on the MLB Today page for sportsbettingintel.com. Home runs per 9, 2.11. Yeah, that's not a low number. I will say that much. That is not a low number. So that's going to give us a little more incentive to bet Mr. Mookie, maybe. Again, we'll check out the lines together. Dodgers, you want to bet them? Minus 195. Best line right now on Caesar Sportsbook. That would be to back Mr. Bobby Miller, the right-hander, having a little better season as far as the record goes anyways, at that 7-2 record. His home runs per 9, for comparison, against that Mr. Syndergaard 2.11, Miller's sitting 0.72 home runs per 9. Maybe not take anybody there on the Guardians to go deep today. Maybe do it. Maybe you're getting good odds because of it and you want to fade the bookmakers. Who knows? Let's jump to the Braves, Mets. Mets plus 190 in this one. Yes, you're getting money to bet the Mets to beat the Braves. That is no surprise. You want the Braves, you got to pay some money. Minus 225. You got to put up 225 to bring 100 back in your pocket. Bryce Elder on the mound for the Braves. Been pitching well. We'll see what he does here for the Braves. Record 9-4, ERA 3.46. I haven't watched Mr. Elder pitch this season, actually, to be honest with you. So we'll see how he plays this game. I'm not putting any money on the Braves. They're my Braves, but I'm not putting any money. Minus 225. Come on. Start giving me some numbers. books. Start giving me some numbers, and I can actually back my boys. Brewers, Twins. This is another game to look at. Twins minus 110 on Bet Rivers is your best line. You want the Brewers, best line minus 104 on FanDuel Sportsbook. The reason you might want to look at this one is we got a straight up pick 'em on this one. A little less than full juice, little reduced juice if you're doing a synthetic there at the minus 110, minus 104. Miley, though, let's see how he does. We got the left-hander. I like backing left-handers. You don't see a whole lot of left-handers these days, though I have to say they're always in the minority anyways, but I never mind backing the left-hander. The Brewers playing some good baseball as of late. They are in the playoff hunt. That matters. Twinkies? Probably not. 65-60 record over there. Maybe I'll be back at the Brewers in this one. I always love me a pick'em game. Let's jump here. Let's see what game's going to round off the slate. Looks like the Padres. No surprise here on a Tuesday. Padres, Mr. Blake Snell. I feel like we're always. How many games has he pitched? Has he pitched twice in the rotation? I mean, he pitches a lot of games. He's at record of 10-8 now on the season. You want to back Mr. Blake Snell. Minus 178 is the best line on FanDuel. The Padres are the favorite there. This one opened right around that minus 178, minus 180, depending what book you're looking at. So no line movement really to see in this one. The Marlins sitting right now, best line on Bet Rivers plus 160 if you want to fade those Padres tonight. I don't know. I kind of like the Padres in this one. I always like to back Mr. Blake Snell. I just think he's a good pitcher. I think he's somewhat consistent. He doesn't win a lot of flashy games, but he's consistent. That 10-8 record kind of proves it. ERA of 2.65, Ks per 9 of 11.65. And now let's compare that to his home runs per 9 of 0.93. That's a good K to 9 versus home run per 9. You got to like that. You got to like that out of a pitcher. Maybe I go with Mr. Snell today, back him, and the best line is, like I said, minus 178 on FanDuel Sportsbook. Since we're in baseball, let's jump over to the SBI Sports Betting Intel.com Discord server. Let's hit that analysis tab. Let's see who we got for dingers today. This is the first time I'm looking at it, so I'm going to be going through this with fresh eyes, just like you guys. Aaron Judge on the top. That's not really a surprise. Plus 220. Shortest odds out of the field to go deep. Yep, Watani sitting plus 280. Number 2, Cal Raleigh. Oh, we got some fresh blood up here. No, not a normal top 5 guy. Cal Raleigh sitting plus 280. That implies a 26.32% chance that he's going deep today. Number 4, Max Muncy, plus 290. Fernando Tatis also sitting at that plus 290. Rounds out the top 5. Then we got Spencer Torkelson, plus 300. Hey, there you go. We got some fresh blood up here. You got to like that. Shake up the top 10. Stanton, Olsen, Devers, and then Jock Peterson plus 310 rounds out the top 10. Let's look at those long shots here. Jose Herrera plus 2,500. Ooh, there's some odds. Travis Jankowski. Oh, I wish it was Janikowski. I'd be taking that. I always love my punters there. Miles Straw, he's back on the list. What? Oh, they'd been depriving us of his line the past few times. Anybody that's listened to this podcast knows that I was a big Miles Straw fan. He hadn't hit a home run. I got to check into the stats and make sure, but he hadn't hit a home run in something like 3 years, but we hadn't seen him up there lately. Still plus 1,400. That's a 6.67% implied probability. You're just getting a shit number there on Miles Straw. What is Miles Straw? So maybe we throw a little scratch on him. Joey Wendell, there's a bet, plus 1,300, 7.14%. You want to get a little crazy. Joey Wendell may be somebody to look at there. Miguel Rojas, too, plus 1,100 also. 8.33% implied probability of going deep. But actually, let's find. I'm surprised our Mookie is not in the top 20. He is. He's sitting up here in the 19 spot, plus 370. Ooh, what was our cutoff? I think we were talking plus 350 was the cutoff. Oh, we got to take Mr. Mookie. That's now, right? Because we had our cutoff at plus 350. He's sitting plus 370. We just talked about before how Syndergaard, home runs per 9 is over that 2 mark. I don't know. I think Mookie is a screaming, bet me, please. All right, Mr. Mookie, you got us. We're gullible over here at SB Intel for a little Mookie Tuesday home run action. Let me tell you, put some money on that one. Let's not talk all baseball though. Let's jump over to This Week in College Football. Our new page here. You guys got to check this out. Go to sportsbettingintel.com. Click the football on the top, the very top. Click on This Week in College Football. You get to see all the games for each conference that are going on this week. You get to see the lines. Hey, just create a free account. You can check out all these games for free. If you're a subscriber, you can see the best lines right in front of you. It's only $9.99 a month right now. Those prices are going to jump, by the way. So They're going to go back to their normal rate, but you can still get this for $9.99 a month if you sign up in the next week. So check it out. I'm looking at this week in college football. I know we talked about a couple games already. I'm going to see here if we can find a different one. We talked about the Notre Dame game yesterday. If you guys want to check out, go back and see. We talked about that Notre Dame game. We also talked about that Florida-Utah game quite heavily. Let's see, what other game could we talk about? Maybe we jump to that USC game. Let me click on the Pac-12 conference here. Click on Pac-12. I'm going to find that USC game. Where are they? San Jose State, USC, August 26th. Right now I'm looking at This Week in College Football page. It is showing me the best line for USC is over there on DraftKings at minus 9,000. You want San Jose State? They're plus 2,500. I know you guys like the spread. Aces likes to quote money line because that's where I lay my hat a lot of times. And when I'm on the spread, I'm usually on the alts. But you want to talk the spread, you're at 30.5. I'm guessing you guys listening to this program are smart enough to figure out that San Jose State is getting at 30.5. That's at DraftKings best line minus 110. You can get minus 30 though on USC for minus 110 over there on PointsBet. So hey, always be looking at tools like this that SBI provides. There you go. You're going to bet San Jose State? Hey, take that 30.5 on DraftKings versus PointsBet because you're going to get that extra hook for free. Everybody likes a little free back in their pocket. Let's see, what do these odds imply? They imply a 98.9% probability that USC wins this game outright. We're looking at USC's points per game from last year. Man, it's just a lot of green. I talked yesterday about how this new tool of ours will highlight the categories, green for the better team in that category, that stat category, and red for the worst team in that stat category. Well, USC is just green and everything. One of the cool things on this page here, you can see it right at a glance, against the spread. I know a lot of you guys like to bet according to against the spread. I'm not a huge against the spread guy, but I will look at it for anybody that listens to the Rundown podcast over there, the College Football Rundown podcast. I will bring it up. I will mention it. Not something I bet heavy on, though. But if you're looking at this, you're looking at last year, USC was 8-5-0 against the spread. You're looking at Team San Jose State that was 4-7. So make what you will about that. Maybe they adjust their models, the lines makers, that is, they adjust their models, get things a little more precise. Or maybe all that is just because of money coming in. You know, that's one thing you don't know about against the spread. Maybe it's not the actual line because it goes off of the close for those ATS numbers. At least our system does, and most systems that do this same kind of thing. I'm going to jump into detailed matchup here for USC versus San Jose State. I know Mr. Hardways read the game preview yesterday. I believe it was for that Navy game. I believe it was for that Notre Dame Navy game. I don't recall, but you can get the game previews. We got a write-up of all the games over here on sportsbettingintel.com under the game preview. And this is all free too. You don't even have to be logged in to read this or read the against the spread or read the conference records, home away splits, average scores, all that stuff's free. You want some of the more advanced stuff? Hey, subscribe. We love you for it. USC Trojans and the San Jose Spartans kick off the 2023 season with a showdown at Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum. USC enters the season as the two-time defending Pac-12 champions, and they will be looking to make it 3 in a row this year. Meanwhile, San Jose State returns much of their squad that went 7-5 last season. USC was dominant last year, going 11-3 with an average score of 41.07 to 27.923. Woo-hoo. Well, there's the lines for you. Let's look at some of the advanced stats here. Total PPA, we're looking at 397.65 versus San Jose State's defense of 108.96. Something's got to give, and I don't think it's going to give on that USC offensive side. Let's look at the other splits. That's what it's doing for us, is it's comparing offense to defense of each of the teams. I just went over the total PPA. Let's look at the total PPA for San Jose State. You're looking at 137.35, which I'll remind you, USC was 397.65. You're looking at 137.35. You're looking at a defense for USC of 239.55. So let me tell you, it's just USC better on the defensive side of the ball. USC better on the offensive side of the ball. It's really no question. And I know you guys are like, well, duh. But still, hey, we're looking at these games. We're comparing maybe that number that you guys that we were talking about before, that San Jose State over there on DraftKings plus 2,500. Maybe that's something you're interested in. Maybe USC's just not that good, in your opinion. Maybe that 2,500 number is not accurate. Maybe San Jose State wins this game more than 4 out of every 100 times. If my mental math is correct, I think that's what it come out to. Hey, then you're betting there. Let's look at the common opponents. Looks like last year they only had one common opponent. It's highlighted here for us, nice and This beautiful purple color. Fresno State, they both played. Looks like San Jose State lost 10-17. USC did not lose that game. They trounced them 45-17. That looks like the only common opponent that we could find. The line data down here is showing us the line for each team, for each book on the spread, the total, the money line. It's letting us compare at a glance all the major U.S. sports books and what they have the lines at for this game, or any game really that you want to look at on Sports Betting Intel. I think we've kind of hammered this one pretty good. We're going to be talking a lot of college football going forward, let me tell you. Excited for those player props to come out. Excited for some of that team props to go out. Let me jump over to the Plus EV page. I know Mr. Hardways likes to give you guys some free Plus EV picks. Get these all by yourself. Let's see how many, let's see if I can figure this out real quick. How many Plus EV picks do we have on our Plus EV page right now? It looks like we got around 300, give or take, 300 Plus EV picks. So you can have access to all this stuff if you're a member of sportsbettingintel.com. We're going to go over a couple for free, though, here. I'm going to specifically filter. I just want to look at NCAA football. I want to find where this Plus EV is on NCAA football. Let's see. We're looking at plus 1,500. I know you guys don't like those big ones. I don't mind them as long as you get your bet sizing right. Utah State. Ooh, there's. Oh, how about Colorado? I know they've been a big talk of the town lately. We're looking at Colorado money line. Ooh, our system actually has Colorado as the. Ooh. Oh, plus 760. Over there on FanDuel, you can get Colorado plus 760. Our system has EV odds at plus 680. That comes out to a 10.26% plus EV bet. So, hey, you want to get a little bit hyped with a new coach over there? I won't mention his name on this podcast. I don't want to be one of those guys that hops on the bandwagon, mentions his name, and gets our popularity up. No, that's not me. But if you want to hop on the bandwagon, you want to back Colorado, couldn't be worse off than doing on this FanDuel plus 760 line. Again, our EV odds have it at plus 680. That's an EV probability of 12.82% plus the odds implied, or compared to the odds implied probability of 11.63%. That's a probability edge of 1.19%, which I always like to look at that. I know that's not what the majority of you guys that use the plus EV system look at, but personally I like it because it doesn't inflate those odds based upon how high that number is. Maybe we can go deeper one day, but we're kind of running late here. Let's give you one more. Oh, West Virginia money line, plus 950. That's a little too high. I know you guys don't like that. Here we go. New Mexico State, minus 10 over there on Bet Rivers, plus 143. Our system's saying a plus 7.05% EV. Plus 7.05%. Let's look at what our EV odds are. Plus 127 is where SBI has this game at with that line on Rivers at plus 143. There's your 7% difference. Hey, you guys going to hit up New Mexico State minus 10? If you do, hit them up on Bet Rivers. Our system is showing that as a plus EV opportunity. So I know we've gone late. We've gone deep. We're going long, but there's so much to talk about. College football is coming up. Aces just gets excited. You guys want to talk about anything else? Something we missed? You guys, hey, you want to join the podcast? Hit us up. Hit us up. Maybe we'll get you on here. We got the Madman Woj over here. It can't do any worse. Can't do any worse than the Madman Woj, right? So hit us up. Let us know what you want us to talk about. Any questions, hit us up at info@sportsbettingintel.com. Be sure to check out sportsbettingintel.com for all the tools that we talked about today, plus much more. And the most important thing we always say, remember, you don't always have to bet, but when you do, wager wisely. Aces out.